Welcome back, everyone, to episode 19 of Let's Play Starsector. And this is probably going to be the conclusion of the series. I may try to do one more episode, but the only reason for that is that unfortunately the Aurora has eluded me. Oh, I forgot to upgrade my people. Yeah, this is not really that important of a decision. It's either better reduction to their armor striking ability, which is not that important, or taking them down the missile track. The missile track is not that important. This is going to be my main secondary assistant. So we already have our carrier commander, and this is going to be like my support. They're going to go into some kind of ship, but I don't know which one. Is it more important for that? Like, basically, do I want to move into the missile specialization thing? I don't know. Yeah, I guess I'll keep leaving that one open because that decision is really made based on the ship she will eventually pilot. Now, this timid, I've looked into the different pilot options, the temperaments, I should say, for your commanders. Timid is the worst one. We want timid only if we... the only one that I think it's acceptable to put is for a carrier. Or for... I mean, this is the missile one. I think this is my missile one. Yeah, missile specialization. This is going to go on a Griffin in theory. So she's actually fine... for the missile role. You would prefer cautious, though. Cautious is a little bit better. It means that they are willing to go into range of the enemy if their weapons are not in, like, if they can't fire their weapons from their extreme range without being fired upon. So in order to fire their weapons, they're willing to go inside an enemy's range. But otherwise, cautious means they try to avoid combat. Now, I also have one aggressive person who is currently on a hammerhead, but that's just to get some skill points. Anyway, let's just take a look at the fleet. I now have the Paragon. And this is what I wanted to showcase today. Unfortunately, this thing is 10 fuel per light year. I have 3 normally for my ships. For the battleship, it is 10 fuel per light year. Now, I have fuel storage enough to get me anywhere I need to go and back, although just barely. However, I don't have fuel. You can see we're down to only 800 credits. That's because this Paragon, as you can imagine, is not the cheapest of ships. So let me just showcase how I went with it. They recommended the autopulse laser for the side guns as well. The reason I didn't do this, and actually I think it's worth switching. Let me actually switch it. The reason I didn't do this initially is because if I was going to be the one piloting it, I think I would get much more effectiveness out of, so now these need to be here. I would get more effectiveness out of the different autopulse lasers. I mean, the 2 beams being here because they have slightly larger range. And basically, I wouldn't be firing the correct weapon at the correct time. I would have the entire group, all 4 of them, targeted forward. We'd be hitting sometimes, we'd be missing sometimes. Anyways, this does have the expanded magazines, which increases the number of charges for ballistic energy weapons by 50%, which means our charges basically goes up from 20 to 30. Now, that's not as significant as you think, but this thing does have very front-loaded DPS, which is always nice. The disadvantage of having front-loaded DPS on this kind of ship, however, is there's no way for this ship to actually continue its DPS and then get out, or like disengage. It can't go in, strike high DPS front load, and then disengage, because the speed is just horrible. We see the top speed here is supposedly 32. That's... I don't even know why that is. Why are you getting all these advantages? Top speed 32. Points. She's not even being piloted by anything. I might have to swap some of these people around a little bit. Like, if we're going in against all kinds of battleships and things, I probably will have to swap over to the Turtle Power, which is a slightly different version now. I put graviton beams on all these. I actually took this one out, and this became point defense for a little while, but I put the point defense here, 3 LRPDs. We have 2 burst PDs to defend our rear, which is important because we don't have shielding in the rear. We have Annihilator rocket launchers just to like put damage over time, kind of. And then the important, the important thing is we have the Needler, which is on its own auto-fire thing. So I can turn this on and off as I want. Probably there's no reason to turn it off, but the thing is, it does. I also have the 3 graviton beams on their own. So I can control 3 for the needler, I can control 4 for the graviton beams, but they don't provide... I think I need to swap these, actually. I think I might be better off... Like, the graviton beams are, what, 200? So 175. This one is 211, 169. They really don't put that much flux out. All 3 of these together, it's just 225. This is 170. And this is 300. Yeah, I guess the needler, although this is not sustained DP, I mean, this is not hard flux. This will get my hard flux up, but eventually I can turn that off if I need the flux for the maulers. Now, this is a pretty good configuration for this ship. I feel like this is really getting the job done a lot better than what it was doing before. Honestly, I'm sorry to say the Wade Star, the Apogee, I'm just, the more I deal with this ship, the more I'm disappointed by it. I really feel like the main thing this ship can be is a bullet sponge. And if you have a Paragon, it's completely redundant to have one. And especially because I actually have been fooling around with the settings now. I went down in fleet size. The default is 200. 200 battle size means each group gets, I think I get a group size of 80 and the enemy gets a group size of 120. So the total battle size is 200. And we are at a disadvantage there. I don't know why the disadvantage, maybe just because the AI is presumably worse. Honestly, I've been taking this down to 150 because the one frustration I absolutely have with this game is the AI getting itself killed. And that's the reason why I prefer smaller battles, because they're destroying your ship. It costs the same amount for you to destroy your ship or for them to destroy their ship or your ship. But when they do it, it's a lot more expensive. I mean, sorry, they do it a lot more often. So you'll end up losing a lot more money if you let your AI do stuff. And like, to me, that's just annoying. Do our usual salvage. We barely have enough fuel to get where we're going. So I'm really relying on us taking out the enemy. And kind of silly, I'm actually relying on us. I think, yeah, I mean, with the Paragon, I think we can do it. But this is not us, right? No. Okay, good. And we just barely have enough fuel to get there. Do we have enough fuel? Well, we'll drift in there. We don't have enough fuel, but we're going to drift in anyway. Here we go. It doesn't cost us fuel, so this was a smart plan to begin with, right? It's completely planned. Now, what are we looking for here? We are looking for Barren World. Oh my god. The Barren Worlds, of course, are very far away. Okay, so let's go ahead and investigate the Barren Worlds. There's 2 of them total. Let's sustain burn, which is still allowed. Final point layouts. I still have 2 points available. I'll probably do something like command points, because even though I currently have the fleet size at 150, it would be nice if my AI was able to listen to me. The thing is, the AI gets itself killed, and they'll watch you as you get yourself killed. They just don't work in a very sensible way, and I feel like that's something that... It's not terrible. I don't want to say that the AI is just terrible. But even if a ship is your wingman, they'll pull back in a moment when you're getting killed, when you need them to step in and take a blow or two. Okay, here's our enemy fleet. We need to make sure our pilots are all correct. This is our aggressive guy. I'm currently here. Yeah, we need to swap. I think the hammerhead might be... Let's take a look at this. No, actually, they only have the onslaught. I believe that's an onslaught, the first one. The second one's a Mora, and the third one's a dominator. I'm not actually all that concerned by this fleet. This is actually extremely doable even without deploying my Paragon. Now, I want to deploy the Paragon for fun, but I think I can actually get away with even using Tort's hammer, which has still been, as you can see, my weapon of choice. So let's deploy maybe our aggressive person on the onslaught, because I don't mind the onslaught being very aggressive. Weapon damage. They're going to have better operating time as well. Weapon damage and better flux capacity and dissipation. That's pretty good. Let me see what else we might consider doing. I mean, the Paragon basically can't go wrong being aggressive, so let's do that. I really wish I could spend this skill point. I mean, I really wish I could decide what skill point I want. I feel like if you got up to level 3, having missile specialization, it's not going to impact this. You know, it's not going to impact almost any of them. So let's go ahead and do just the level 3 here. I feel comfortable doing that. The Apogee is probably not even going to deploy in this battle. 3 Patagonia probably won't either, because we just won't have enough deployment points. As you can see, as you will see, I should say, we don't... With the 150 fleet size, we can only deploy 60, which probably means the Paragon and the Hammerhead. But I'm okay with that. Alright, so let's get into the battle. We wanted to see what the Paragon looked like, so let's go ahead and do it. Gonna continue. Yeah, we have 65, which means basically I can get these two, and then, yeah, nothing else effectively. And I think that that's going to be okay. Okay, so we'll deploy. Basically, I'll have him be my wingman, but it doesn't really matter. We'll head over to Nav Buoy Beta, and we'll see if together we can take on the entire the massive waves of incoming that we expect. They didn't have very many carrier groups, and by the way, at any time we can choose to, I can choose to call in a different group. We just tab G reinforcements. Just have to have somebody retreat first, in which case, I mean, in this case, probably the Paragon will retreat after some time. Now, one thing I did give the Paragon, because it is extremely slow to deploy its shields. One, it does have Omni shields, which deploy half as slow as front shields, and even though it's 360 degrees of coverage, so that, I mean, it doesn't make sense, right? It doesn't matter that it's Omni or front. If it was front, the only thing that affects is, because it has full coverage, is the rate of deployment. So I'm just going to sit on this to give us a little bit of nav. I hate also this mechanic. I don't want to say hate, that's a bit strong, but maybe if I was able to coordinate with my AI support better, I would have more of an enjoyable time trying to take these capture points, giving our fleet something to fight about. I would prefer if the fleets just engaged each other. That's how I would prefer it. Let's just go after this guy. Okay, just kidding. This guy's going to do a good number on me. Okay, stop. Vent. The Paragon is just going to destroy things, though. And that's what we kind of want to be watching, is how well it does. And you can see its shield actually deploys pretty well, because I did give it the shield one. I forget what it's called. Got it. Let's increase our rate of fire. It's a goner. This is going to be no challenge, but the Paragon, it truly is the pinnacle of combat. Let's go back in and try to see if we can snag... Oh, got our first real challenge. Nice. Let him use his stuff. Vent. And now we'll have to go in. Fortunately, this is going to be a tough challenge. Alright, we're getting a little bit of help. Okay, go back. Perfect. Gonna have to just take these hits in the face. Until the Paragon helps me. Okay, good. That's my cue to move in. Missing a little bit there in the beginning. Think we should have him now. Really can't do anything. Good. So let's try to get this capture point back. Oh, it looks like we have it. Nope, they're challenging it. Just get there in a hurry. The Paragon's just doing all the work. I mean, don't be confused here for a moment to think that my Hammerhead, even despite itself, is doing well. Just look at the crazy damage it's putting out. It's just nuts. I mean, I have to say my Hammerhead is not ineffective. Just like how much damage we're doing now. Ships come and go. Paragon, it just survives everything. This is gonna be painful. Just gonna wait for all these ships to get blown up by the Paragon's amazing point defense. Now let's go after this again. We want to get this Condor quickly. I'm gonna wait for the... Oh, yeah. Look at that range. It's like halfway across the screen. I mean, not halfway, it's completely across the screen. Trying to get inside my shields. Once they're inside my shields, they're not as effective. We're about to get this deployment increase. Let's see what we're up against right now. Now, I could switch. Why don't I just go ahead and switch? Why don't I tell this ship to defend, to control this. And we'll say defend. That way it doesn't leave even when we control it. I want you to stay here basically indefinitely. I'm going to go return this ship. I don't know what our combat timer is. Oops. Wow, we have 400 seconds left. Okay, maybe it's a little premature to switch ships. But I do want to kind of give like other things a try. Oh, I really thought that was going to be enough. That ship's going to evade now, but... Oh, they made a mistake! Just get close to it, and you instantly die. Look at the flux on this ship, though. It does also have a fortress shield, which the purple thing indicates it is activated, which means it'll take significantly less damage to shields, but it does, during this time, accrue more hard flux. No matter what you're doing, you just constantly accrue hard flux. Okay, this is what I want to go after. The Condor, not this thing actually, but assuming he's just going to jump away. Okay, vent real fast. Not at all worried. I think that Paragon can take care of herself. Just get rid of this guy real fast because his fighters are being really annoying. Okay, how are we doing? The Paragon is like in great shape. We know that there's more waves coming. Alright, let's switch out then. Okay, let's just go in hard here. Overload, there it is. Got it. I'm going to swap out then. Let's jump into... Okay, so direct retreat for me. And swap in with the... Oh! We're not going to have enough, are we? 50, we have... And this is not 15. You know what? Going to have to cancel the sword. The Paragon herself is going to have to retreat against the more... Why is her combat rating so low? Oh, that's not hers. That's the Mora's. Interesting. Well, I could retreat, give up the nav buoy. I would like to see the... Well, I mean, the Eagle we've already seen. Let's take out the Eagle against some small prey. We'll probably drop the... We'll probably drop the Paragon off at home base after this and just go around with the Eagle doing some smaller missions. Because in most cases, you lose more money than you're going to make deploying the Paragon with its, like, 60 deployment cost. It's just insane. But this is insane right here watching it. It's heavily, heavily tricked out for anti-fighter role. The fact that these fighters think they're going to get anything done is kind of a joke. I mean, honestly, one of the biggest things it's supposed to do is... Oh, okay, here's the onslaught. So this will be kind of fun. Let's try to take away some of the peripheral ships. Yikes. Actually, this is going to be interesting. That's... Yeah. Okay, let's go. Okay, retreat. Surprised we're taking actual physical damage. Okay, well, this guy's being an idiot. He's deciding to focus me instead of, you know, the main threat. Oh god. Okay. Tried to shield that with my side armor. Where is the... There's something... Ah, there's another condor. Okay. I'm just gonna hide behind this. Okay, back up. Good. I don't know why you chose the vent there. Will he turn against the correct target? I don't know. I think we got this guy. He's gonna spin and try to get his better armor. Can actually use this Hulk as a shield. Okay. Still going in. Still going in. The onslaught is dying slowly. We're gonna take a few hits there. Let's back up a little bit. He has an Omni shield? No, front shield. I can't tell actually. Oh, well, that's that. Let's wait. Oh, okay. I was like, is my main thing overloading? No. This will be quick and painless. Okay. Enemy fleet is defeated, so that was so easy. My goodness. These are the ones that spin around and hit you in the engines. 2 hits, flame out, balls. Even functioning sideways, where that rock was actually really helpful. Got it back just in time. Alright, we didn't even use our Dominators yet, so let me control 1. Oh, we did. Hammers? No, we have 2. Oh my god, oh my god! No! After all this! Not like this! That was just so silly. I don't even know what I was thinking. I thought I had so much energy and didn't. Okay, here I go. Going into the Paragon. And I can even deploy back up, but I think that they're just going to retreat. Okay, I went into the center hole. By the way, this thing does not have strafing capability. Very interesting. Does not have strafe, like, I'm in the strafe right. I'm in the strafe left. Does not have strafing capability. I found that very interesting. Man, they got the, just that last thing is the last thing they did. Let's try to pursue them. Let me transfer command, obviously, to my Eagle. And take command, and let's just wipe them out with both the 2 that did not deploy before, and this one as well. No, actually we want to deploy our faster one, which is this one, 105. Good. And then we can deploy you on the left-hand side, I guess. Have you go to nav buoy, and you... Did I just deploy the Apogee? That's not what I meant. Can you just directly retreat? Okay, I want this one. You just attack that guy, I guess. Oh, unpause. Okay. Look at the good damage we're going to do here. Well, I'm not going to waste time trying to actually capture this thing. We're going to try to use our maneuvering jets to speed right along. So far, so good. Look at the incredible range we have here. Yeah, so this guy is going to have to hamper. We'll just do full assault. Have you still capture that. You target him. No command points. Well, hopefully he already knows to do that. Then. We should be actually better off than... No, they have the straight run, the burn thing, which is pretty good. Yeah, I think that they're both going to get away. Oh, no, yeah. I think so. Right? Active again. So there's retreated. He's going to go after this guy. We don't have command points in order to tell him to do that, but hopefully he just does it. Almost. Maneuvering jets ready to fire again. And go. Oh, they're going to. Okay, good. Alright, so that was an okay attempt. We killed 2 more. Wait. Yeah, we did kill 2 more. Consider ship recovery. Oh, my Tort's hammer is going to be in much better shape. You know what? I'm definitely going to recover this thing because it'll replace my other one. What is the thing it did? Compromised hull? That's actually the best. In my opinion, one of the best. Compromised hull. Less speed, but not too much less. Yeah, this is much better. Let's recover that guy. Pick through the wreckage. We're going to get a ton of stuff. That's good. So this is it. This is what the Paragon looks like, and this is what the Endgame can look like. Just the combination of the turtle power, sorry, not the turtle power, but Tort's hammer, which will be replaced. The combination of the Tort's hammer and I think there should be a debris field here. There is. Shitter. No, we don't want either of those. Those two, the Paragon and Tort's hammer, can just, which I called Unity, by the way. I don't know if you saw that. I don't know why. It just seems like Paragon, Unity, it's like gotta be some kind of end name. I was trying to think of famous United States ships, or even like famous warships in general, but there's nothing that has been as dominant as the Paragon is in this game. Like, I was considering the Yorktown for an Astral we had, and then I was thinking, well, the Yorktown didn't... Well, she had her fair share of damage, so I'm not sure if that's the best call. Yeah, we'll get rid of Blue Star, we'll have Tort's Hammer, and then I'll have to choose a new capital ship, a new Hammerhead name for mine. I eventually want to get rid of these two. This one is fine by itself, even though actually I can probably keep both of these. This one's faster, top speed of 100. Top speed of 84. This one has a slightly decreased speed. This one's great for speed, except for its damage. Maybe I should get rid of it. You know, there's lots of options, and that's what this game is really good at giving you. Again, the one thing I would say about the... oh, we're not going to make it. So let's just go to Salamanca to refuel. Yeah, the one thing I would say about it, the end game, is that fleet mechanics are a little annoying in my opinion, just because the AI tends to get your ships killed. And if it gets a hammerhead, like I lost there on my own stupidity. By the way, should we have looked for any kind of wrecks? There was a debris field here. We probably should have searched. Sometimes those have ammo crates. Because I'm still looking for the advanced, or not the integrated. There's a better hull mod that I'm still looking for. So it's funny, I haven't found the correct one yet. What was I trying to say? This might be worthwhile. Omen Frigate. Okay, there it is. We got 7 fuel. That might be what we need to get home. Because fuel usage is just based on distance. If you go to a stop, it's not like you're wasting fuel idling, since it's only based on distance. Anyway, yeah, I think this is going to call this I think this will call the series to a close. I am strongly considering doing another series. People have already pointed out mods could make a huge difference. And I think that besides that, my knowledge has increased a lot, which will make for a better series from the get-go. So, yeah, all those things are stuff to consider. We need more fuel, we need more fuel, we need more fuel. We'll take it. We'll take it on the black market, and we'll sell all this on the regular market. No, we won't. That's too much. We'll give them 159 to think about. Lots of stuff. It's like assault guns, like machine guns. Don't need those. Don't need that. Do want the heavy maulers. I have so many Vulcans that we can just get rid of all of those directly. LRPDs I do want. Higher pulse I'll keep. Light autocannon I'll keep. Needlers I do like. Those I'm going to keep. Okay, so we have probably not even enough fuel to get us to where I want to go, but we can stop by another place and get it. So anyways, I guess this will just call this video to a close, this series to a close. One thing I like to say at the end of any series, especially for those people who are going to leave recommendations about Starsector related things like mods and such, is if you made it to the end of this series and you want to leave a comment about content you think would be suitable for my channel or anything, I do take the comment section for the last video in a series especially seriously about this. Like, you've made it through the whole series, so obviously you're engaged in the channel, and those are the kind of people I like to hear from. So feel free to leave any kind of recommendation. I will be keenly interested in mod suggestions. I already had, I think, a few, but even if you've left a mod suggestion in the past, I recommend you repost it, because honestly, I went and I visited the website about the Starsector forum about the 2 mods I was recommended, but I forgot what they were. I probably can refine that, but if you have any other recommendations, or even if you want to make my life easier and just repost that here, that would be fantastic. And if you have non-Starsector related recommendations, right now for the upcoming future of the channel, it looks like Aurora 4X will finally be taken off. I have the To End All Wars series starting with Historical Gamer and XTRG, which is World War I, Grand Strategy. I don't know if Grand Strategy is the correct word, but it's a very high-level war game. We also have this Project Zomboid series I'm doing with Sabouts right now, which is actually a lot of fun. I think people who are watching this series would enjoy that, so I recommend you check that out. That's a lot of fun for me. I think it's a lot of fun. The dialogue is humorous. The gameplay is still interesting, because Project Zomboid is a pretty good game. Anyway, that's it for me. So thanks so much for watching. Glad you made it this far. Hope it was interesting. Leave those recommendations, and until the next series or episode or whatever, take care.